The world often convinces us that being single is a weakness, a sign of incompleteness, or a waiting room for real life, to begin once you find a partner. But Stoic wisdom flips this belief upside down and reveals a powerful truth that staying single, when embraced with purpose and clarity, can be one of the most empowering choices of your life. Stoicism teaches us that happiness comes not from external attachments, but from the strength of our own mind. And when you are single, you are given the rare gift of time and freedom to build your character, to master yourself, and to walk the path of independence without distraction. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. And when you are single, you get to experience this truth directly because you're not relying on someone else for validation, for love, or for direction. You are finding it within. The power of staying single is not about rejecting love, relationships, or companionship. It is about rejecting the idea that you must be with someone in order to be complete, because the Stoics taught that you're already whole, already capable, and already worthy on your own. Being single gives you the freedom to control your time, to shape your habits, and to focus your energy on growth. You can dedicate mornings to silence and reflection instead of arguments. You can pour your evenings into learning a skill or building your craft instead of trying to impress someone. And you can invest your money in your future rather than exhausting it on shallow pleasures meant only to distract from loneliness. Epictetus, who was born a slave but became one of the greatest Stoic teachers, taught that freedom is the ability to live without depending on things outside your control. And when you are single, you have fewer external chains, no constant demand for attention, no battles of ego, no dependency on another person's moods to determine your peace. Of course, relationships can be beautiful. They can help us grow and give us joy. But the mistake society pushes is making relationships a requirement, as if your life is incomplete without them. And that is where Stoic wisdom saves us. It teaches that needing others to validate you is a form of slavery, while learning to be whole on your own is true liberation. Staying single gives you the opportunity to master solitude, and solitude is the soil where greatness grows. When you sit alone with your thoughts, without distractions, you begin to understand who you really are, what you truly want, and where your deepest values lie. This clarity is almost impossible to achieve when you're always tangled in the expectations of others. Seneca once wrote, "He who is contented is rich." And staying single allows you to find this contentment, because instead of chasing constant approval, you discover the richness of self-sufficiency. The modern world glorifies being busy, being entertained, and being constantly surrounded. But Stoic understands the immense power of choosing calm, silence, and independence, because in those spaces you find your true strength. Being single also protects you from compromising your principles just to fit into someone else's vision of life. Too many people bend their values, waste years, or even lose themselves completely in relationships that drain them. But a Stoic mindset says, hold firm to what is in your control, and never trade your virtue for temporary comfort. When you are single, you have the chance to build yourself into someone so strong, so disciplined, and so fulfilled that whether love comes or not, you remain unshaken. Imagine waking up each morning without the weight of arguments, without the anxiety of someone leaving, without the constant comparison to others. You rise with freedom, you live with clarity, and you direct your life toward your own highest good. The power of staying single is not isolation, it is preparation. It is becoming so strong within yourself that if one day you choose to share your life with someone, you do it from a place of strength and not from a place of need. Because here is the Stoic truth. Nobody can complete you. They can only accompany you. And unless you are whole on your own, you will always be dependent, always anxious, and always at risk of losing yourself in the shadows of others. But when you embrace being single with wisdom, you stop waiting for life to happen, and you start living fully. You become the architect of your own path. You build your habits. You sharpen your discipline. You nurture your mind. And you live in alignment with your values. Remember this. Staying single is not loneliness. It is freedom. It is not weakness. It is strength. And it is not an empty space. It is the most fertile ground to grow into the person you were meant to become. That is a Stoic way of looking at life. Not through the lens of what you lack, but through the abundance of what you already possess. So if you are single, do not pity yourself, and do not let society shame you. Instead, see it as the greatest training ground for your soul, a stage where you practice resilience, independence, and peace. And when you master these, You will realize that whether or not love enters your life, you already carry the most important love of all, the love of wisdom, the love of virtue, and the love of yourself unshaken and free. But here's the deeper truth about the power of staying single. It is not just about freedom or time. It is about transformation. Because being single forces you to face yourself in a way relationships often distract you from. When there is no one to blame, no one to depend on, no one to constantly lean on, you are left with a mirror of your own soul, and that mirror can be both terrifying and liberating. The Stoics would tell you that this is the greatest gift, because in solitude you confront your weaknesses, your bad habits, your illusions, and your fears, and instead of hiding them under the comfort of companionship, you must work on them directly. And by doing so, you refine your character into something unshakable. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." And when you are single, you have no excuse. You cannot blame distractions. You cannot blame someone else holding you back. You are responsible for becoming that person of virtue. Think about how much energy people spend trying to keep relationships alive that are not serving them. How much time is wasted on meaningless arguments, jealousy, or emotional games. Time that could be invested in mastering skills, building health, reading wisdom, or creating something eternal. Staying single is a discipline of refusing to waste energy on what does not matter and redirecting it to what matters most. Your growth, your purpose, your legacy. Epictetus taught that if you want to be free, you must stop caring about things beyond your control. And what could be more outside your control than another person's love, moods, or loyalty? But when you stay single and focus on your own life, your peace is in your hands. Your happiness is in your control, and no betrayal or rejection can break you, because you stand firm in your independence. Does this mean you should avoid love forever? No. Stoicism never said love is wrong, but it warns us against dependency, and dependency is what destroys peace. The single life, when embraced with wisdom, trains you to enjoy companionship if it comes, but never to need it, to accept love with gratitude if it arrives, but never to chase it out of desperation. And this mindset makes you far more powerful, because the person who does not need is the one who cannot be controlled, the one who cannot be broken, the one who walks through life with unshakable calm. Staying single also teaches you to live in alignment with your own values. You do not compromise your path. You do not lower your standards. You do not change your vision just to fit someone else's dream. You walk your road with clarity, and if someone worthy joins you, they walk beside you, not above you, not controlling you, not defining you. And if no one does, you still walk strong, because your life is already full. The modern world pressures you into thinking that if you are single, you are incomplete, but Stoicism tells you that completeness is your birthright. It is not found in marriage. It is not found in status. It is found in virtue, in wisdom, and in the mastery of your own mind. So the next time you feel society pushing you to rush, to settle, to panic because of age or comparisons, remember the Stoic truth. Time spent single is not wasted time. It is sacred time. It is a time where you build a foundation of who you truly are. And when that foundation is strong, nothing in life can shake you. Outro. So, remember this. Being single is not a curse. It is not an emptiness. It is a power. It is a chance to live free, to live disciplined, and to live in harmony with yourself. Whether you remain single for a season or for a lifetime, carry this Stoic wisdom with you. Nobody completes you, because you are never incomplete. You're already whole, already capable, already enough. Build yourself into someone so powerful that love becomes a choice, not a necessity. That is the power of staying single, the Stoic way of living with strength, independence, and peace. If this message resonated with you, carry it into your life, and let it remind you daily that freedom is the highest form of love, and it begins within yourself.